Gangsta's Paradise.
A classic.
Definitely. We've got the lyrics, of course,
Of
and then
course.
we've got that Wikipedia rabbit hole. You know how it goes.
Oh, yeah, Wikipedia. Always a good time for music trivia.
But seriously, some of the stuff on there,
Yeah.
it really gets to the heart of why this song became such a phenomenon.
I mean, more than just a hit, right? This one's iconic.
Absolutely. Like hitting number one, that's impressive.
Yeah.
But this was the very first rap single to ever top the charts in the UK.
Oh, wow. I did not realize that.
Huge deal, right?
Yeah. Especially when you think about the lyrics.
Right. Not exactly like lighthearted pop stuff.
No, pretty heavy subject matter.
But that just shows how much this song resonated
Mm-hmm.
with people all over the world, all walks of life.
It's true. There's something about it.
Like dark, hopeful, personal, but also social commentary, all mixed up.
Definitely a lot to unpack there.
But before we get into all that,
Yeah.
how did this song even happen?
Well, Wikipedia tells us it all started with a freestyle session.
Oh, interesting.
Apparently, Coolio felt like the song,
Yeah.
it was almost channeling through him, like it had its own life.
Wow, that's kind of spooky when you think about how big it got.
Right. Like destiny or something.
And talking about channeling, we got to mention that chorus.
Oh, yeah, those vocals.
Those layers from LV, it's almost like a gospel choir.
Haunting, but beautiful, too.
Adds so much to the emotion of the song.
It does. But here's something I bet most people don't know.
What's that?
There's not a single curse word in the whole thing.
Really? For Gangsta's Paradise, that's wild.
And you can thank Stevie Wonder for that.
Wait, Stevie Wonder, what's the connection?
So the song, it samples heavily and interpolates to Stevie Wonder's Pastime Paradise.
Okay, yeah, I can kind of hear that now that you mention it.
From his album Songs in the Key of Life, way back in '76.
That's a classic, too.
But Wonder, he was hesitant about the sample at first.
Why's that?
Didn't like profanity. So for him to give okay,
Coolio had to clean up the lyrics.
you got it. And honestly, I think it made the song stronger.
Interesting take. How so?
Forced Coolio to be more creative with his words, you know?
Yeah.
And maybe that's why it appealed to such a wide audience.
It's like limitations breeding innovation, right?
Exactly. Not to say the lyrics are simple, though.
Oh, no, definitely not. Super powerful, lots of meaning packed in there.
For sure.
Even that first line, it's so interesting.
Yeah, how it starts.
It's from the Bible, right?
Yeah.
Psalm 23.4.
Yeah.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death.
Right.
But then, bam, it gets dark. I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left.
Like taking something sacred, twisting it to fit this harsh reality.
Yeah, exactly. Spiritual and profane all at once.
And that sets the tone for the whole song, doesn't it?
It really does. You feel that bleakness, like the narrator's trapped,
Totally.
resigned to this life, violence, poverty, like it's all he knows.
Especially when you hit the chorus, right?
Well, and spending most of their lives.
Exactly. Not just a moment, but a whole way of life.
And that repetition, didn't spend in most of their lives.
Yeah.
It makes it feel generational, like this is all they've ever known.
So true. And that's what makes it so heartbreaking, you know?
Yeah, there's this real sadness underneath the tough exterior.
Definitely. But it's not just personal, right?
Oh, there's a lot of bigger picture stuff in there too.
Social commentary, for sure. Like
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
speaking for a whole community.
Like that line, too much television watching got me chasing dreams,
Ooh, yeah, good one. Like he sees this other life out there.
but no way to reach it.
Exactly. And then later, an educated fool with money on my mind.
Caught between what he knows and what he wants, you know?
Totally. Like he sees the trap, but what other choice does he have?
And that leads to what might be the most powerful line in the whole song.
Which one are you thinking?
Tell me, why are we so blind to see that the ones we hurt are you and me?
Chills. Every time.
It goes from personal to universal. Bam.
Yeah.
Just like that.
He's calling us out, you know? Like, we're all part of this.
Blind to the consequences, how violence boots everyone.
And he does all this while making a song you can't get out of your head.
That's the thing, right? It's catchy as hell,
Yeah.
but also makes you think, genius, really.
Coolio, he knew how to craft a song, message, music, all of it.
And that's why we're still talking about it all these years later.
It's true. Music can do that, you know?
Stick with you, make you think, start conversations.
Definitely. And Gangsta's Paradise is a prime example of that power.
For sure.
Speaking of impact, let's talk numbers.
Okay, yeah, hit the charts big time.
Oh, more than big time. Remember we said first rap single to top the UK charts?
Right, historic.
This song had a 14-week run at #1 in Australia.
14 weeks. That's crazy.
Oh.
I knew it was big, but not that big. What do you think made it so global?
Oh, start that beat. It's infectious.
Oh, yeah, super catchy. And then LV's vocals on top of that.
Haunting, right? It's a song that gets stuck in your head.
Totally. You find yourself singing along, even if you don't really think about the words.
Exactly. But I also think it's the honesty of it.
What do you mean?
It's tackling tough stuff. Poverty, violence, no opportunities, all that.
Yeah.
But it does it in such a raw, real way.
And I think that's what resonated with people, no matter who they were, where they came from.
Yeah, there's that universal feeling in there. Wanting something better, wanting to break free from those cycles of pain.
Definitely. It speaks for the marginalized, but it makes everyone listen, empathize a bit.
See the world through a different lens.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just the song, was it?
Oh, you're talking about the music video.
Yeah, that had an impact too.
Oh, huge impact. Directed by Antoine Fuqua, you know him.
Oh, wow. Training Day, The Equalizer. That's impressive.
Yeah, he brought that cinematic quality to it, took the song's message to another level.
And Michelle Pfeiffer being in it, she was in Dangerous Minds at the time.
Right, the song was on the soundtrack.
So having her in the video, it tied those two together even more.
Absolutely. The movie, the song, they both deal with these tough environments, systems that keep people trapped.
Crazy to think they came out almost 30 years ago. And those issues are still so relevant.
Unfortunately, yeah. Makes you think.
Gangsta's Paradise isn't just a 90s throwback. It's got something to say about today, too.
Definitely. And that's part of why it's so interesting to revisit it now. Still sparking conversations, still making us look at the world critically.
And speaking of conversations, we got to mention Amish Paradise.
Oh, yeah. Weird Al's version.
I mean, hilarious, right?
It is. Shows how big the song was, that it could even be parodied.
But Coolio wasn't too thrilled about it at first.
Right. Said he didn't give permission.
Though Weird Al said he thought he had permission through the label.
Yeah, sounds like a miscommunication somewhere.
But good news is, Coolio later said he regretted that reaction, even apologized to Weird Al.
Good. They patched things up before he passed away.
Yeah. Shame there was any bad blood because both songs blew up, you know.
It's true. And they both added to the conversation in their own way.
Definitely. But beyond the parody, Gangsta's Paradise popped up all over. Movies, even the trailer for Sonic the Hedgehog.
Wow, talk about range. It really shows how those themes, that vibe, it just connects with people across generations, genres, everything.
Speaking of themes, let's get back in the lyrics for a minute.
Yeah.
We talked about the opening.
Right.
But there are so many other lines that just hit hard.
Oh, yeah, pick one.
Okay, how about, fool, death ain't nothing but a heartbeat away. I'm living life, do or die. What can I say?
Chills every single time.
It's that constant threat, you know? Violence is just part of the world he's describing.
And it's not just physical death either.
Right, like a spiritual death, too, almost.
Yeah, numb to the pain, the suffering around him.
Stuck in survival mode, no time to think. Just got to get through the day.
Exactly. And then that feeling of being trapped, it's everywhere. Like when he says, caught between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah, no control, no way out. It all connects back to that social commentary, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It's not just his personal struggle. It's the systems that make him feel this way.
Absolutely. And by putting it out there in a song like this, he makes us think about those systems too.
Makes us examine our own role in all of it.
That's the power of it, right? It's not just entertainment, it's making a statement.
It's interesting, right, how it's both so personal, but also this big statement about society.
Yeah, it's that duality that makes Gangsta's Paradise so powerful. Individual struggles, yeah, but also the bigger picture.
And that's why it still hits home today. Those problems, poverty, violence, no opportunities, they're still here.
Sadly, yeah. Some progress, sure, but the song's a reminder of how much work is left.
So what do you think it's saying about all that? Despair? Or is there hope in there somewhere?
That's the big question, isn't it? No easy answer. On one hand, yeah, bleak picture, right? Feeling trapped, like there's no escaping your fate.
Yeah.
But then there's that line, blind to see that the ones we hurt are you and me.
Right. It's like you say, we're all blind to how connected these issues are.
We're all part of it, whether we realize it or not.
Creating these systems, keeping them going.
Exactly. And maybe that's where the hope is. Recognizing our own part in it, then we can start to change things.
So not just giving up, but a call to action.
Yeah, I think so. Wake up, pay attention to what's happening around us, feel that empathy, and then do something about it.
Powerful stuff. And as relevant now as it was back then?
Absolutely. Gangsta's Paradise, it's more than just a song. It's art, it's a challenge, it's inspiration to build a better world. Even in the darkness, there's that possibility for change.
Well said. And on that note, I think we've covered a lot today, from how the song came to be, its place in pop culture, and of course that message of social justice.
It's been a trip digging into all the layers of meaning. Gangsta's Paradise, it really makes you think.
It does. And as always, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. The podcast's sponsor is in the description below, so go check them out. Thanks.